at some period of time, having a carbon-intensive business, wherever it is in the world, is going to be a problem. So we want to start decarbonising it, have the capabilities to flex how fast we go depending on external factors, global talks on climate, how the science develops, etc. So we've set a pretty ambitious target. 2020 is the first milestone that we're driving towards. And I would hope we would continue this for the next until 2050. And if everybody, our view is if other companies, other stakeholders adopt the same sort of strategies we do, then there's a pretty good chance the world has of solving the climate issue. Well, I think in the short term, most governments in the markets in which we operate do have quite a sensible policy at the margin to reduce carbon by promoting renewable energy. They don't, as yet, I think, have some visions as to how to fundamentally solve the problem. You look at China, it's got a massive need for coal-fired generation to meet its basic needs, same with India. But they do have good policies and quite sustainable policies around renewable energy. So we're latching onto those policies. I think Fukushima will be seen as a bump in the road for nuclear. It might be quite a big bump. And it probably has set back the development of nuclear globally by, let's say, 5 years. But with a sort of 20, 30-year type vision, I'm absolutely convinced nuclear will come back in a big way, whether it's conventional fission energy such as we do today, or I think there could well be quite exciting breakthroughs on fusion energy in the coming decades. The question is, will it be quickly enough and implemented rapidly enough to stop the carbon in the atmosphere rising to a level that we're going to have catastrophic climate change. The political cycle is such that politicians don't tend to have the strong will to deal with what is a long-term issue. If you have a crisis that's clearly attributable to climate change, and I'm not talking about one-off events such as a Hurricane Sandy or flooding in Thailand or whatever, those are quickly forgotten, but something that's really systemic. Then and it involves, for example, evacuation of a population. One of the discussions that was going on in Australia in the latter part of the last decade, around 2007, 2008, South Australia had such severe drought for such a long period of time that there was talk, it wasn't necessarily serious talk, but talk about the need to evacuate South Australia. Life would not be sustainable in South Australia. And I think you need that sort of event, hopefully it's not globalized, to really get people's attention. That's a real crisis. That's the kind of systemic crisis I'm talking about that will grab the attention of politicians and electorates globally and then drive the political will for change.